All right. Rickwood Field.
Mm-hmm.
Willie Mays' unfortunate passing.
Yeah.
I know they had planned on doing so many honors and tributes to Willie Mays and Negro League baseball.
They still did. He just
right.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it flat. I mean, it was more somber than it probably they wanted it to be. I'm sure.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Right then, it could have been.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The game, of course, was great, bringing the players in and throwing back. Do you feel like this is a genuine effort on behalf of Major League Baseball to reach back and embrace the history and the roots that made baseball in the early days what it was, meaning the importance of blacks in Negro League Baseball in what Major League Baseball is, what we look at today?
I mean, I think obviously everyone probably wanted it to happen a lot sooner than it did.
Yeah.
But absolutely, I think it's genuine. I think I really was impressed. The detail they went into, particularly pregame, with all the stories behind it, and one of the guys, the minister at my mom said she'd been in his church before, Bethel Baptist, a 99-year-old pastor there who played in the Negro League along with Willie Mays and was one of his best friends. All that kept coming together right there, Mac, and all the stars, former players and black players in Negro League as well as black players who play in the Major League, they showed up. I just thought they did a very good job. I think it was genuine. Long overdue, but I think because it's here and it happened last night, I mean, I applaud them for that, and I was real happy to see it.
But I know you don't follow it, that closely, but just looking at it for what it is, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a genuine tribute. Definitely long overdue because, unfortunately, Mays didn't get to see it. But even if he was still alive, he's 90-something.
93,
so, but long overdue. But I think it was definitely a genuine tribute to the legacy, not only of him, but all of the players from the Negro League.
A-Town, you're in a different age bracket, and
good question.
Just witnessing it all and seeing what was coming about. I don't know how much you followed baseball in the past, but just seeing this for what it is, what are your thoughts on it?
It's kind of crazy to see what a lot of those older players had to go through.
Yeah.
Jackie Robinson, obviously Reggie Jackson.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that there's been progress in terms of like integration, bringing in black players and players of other races and ethnicities. So that's a nice thing to see.
And I know we're putting you on the spot, but I am curious because Reese and I, we probably look at their families also, but we probably look at the stories that we hear from Jackie Robinson and not Jackie Robinson, from Reggie Jackson, and a little differently. But from your perspective, being younger and never have experienced those type of things, maybe you've thought about it, but never experienced that. How does that land on you? Just looking at just today, that this actually happened.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because you hear about it, you hear stories, but from like family members and stuff.
Yeah.
But when you see it from like other people on TV, or wherever, it's kind of jarring, like that it actually happened. Or sometimes there's videos you'll see on social media from like a while ago. But
just hearing it in that sense, and then seeing a celebrity, a Major League Baseball star, telling the same story that your great uncle told you.
Yeah, it's different. It's like that commercial. There's a commercial where it's like a son and a father tells the son what he's supposed to do, and then he hears it from someone else.
Yeah,
he's like, "Oh, that's a great idea," but he wasn't listening to his dad. Like that's exactly what it is. Where it's I've heard it from people, and then when I hear it from someone else I've never heard it from, it's like, "Oh wow, like that really did happen."
Yeah, I call that fatherhood. Anyway.
Well, I think one of the great things,
unfortunately,
as you look into like the eyes of Reggie Jackson when he was talking, I think he needed that. Because you saw his pain.
Absolutely.
I mean, he relived that pain, but I think he needed that. It wasn't about recognition.
Yeah.
Because he used that moment to really explain how it made him feel those years.
Yeah. I don't know if you got it queued up, but the second half of what he had, let's hear from some of the comments from Reggie. We played a little bit earlier, but let's hear some of the other comments from last night as Reggie Jackson talked about that era of playing Major League Baseball, but also being black in this country and what it meant.
marched the whole team out. Finally, they let me in there. He said, we're going to go to the diner and eat hamburgers. We'll go where we're wanted. Fortunately, I had a manager, Johnny McNamara, that if I couldn't eat in the place, nobody would eat. We'd get food to travel. If I couldn't stay in a hotel, they'd drive to the next hotel and find a place where I could stay. Had it not been for Raleigh Fingers, Johnny McNamara, Dave Duncan, Joe and Sharon Rudy, I slept on their couch 3-4 nights a week for about a month and a half. Finally, they were threatened that they would burn our apartment complex down unless I got out. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. The year I came here, Bull Connor was the sheriff the year before. And they took minor league baseball out of here because in 1963, the Klan murdered 4 black girls, children, in 11, 12, 14 years old at a church here and never got indicted. They were from the Klan. Life magazine did a story on them like they were being honored. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. At the same time, had it not been for my white friends, had it not been for a white manager, and Rudy, Fingers, and Duncan, and Lee Myers, I would have never made it. I was too physically violent. I was ready to physically fight I'd have got killed here because I'd have beat someone's ass, and you'd have saw me in an oak tree somewhere.
Reggie?
Wow.
Let that just ring in your ears for just a minute. There's a lot to unpack to what he just talked
absolutely,
about.
Absolutely.
There's a lot to unpack to what he just said, but just think about it. This is they're willing to treat one of the greatest baseball players, top baseball players we've ever seen play in that manner. And this is not 18, 14, 18. It's 1968, 69,
67. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they were willing to do that. So that's why I tell people, when you hear stories, you hear certain things, also think these guys had to perform on the field with the threat of your friend having their house burned down. Imagine us coming to this show and the person that took us in, we were staying with while we're here, while we're doing the show, we got to worry about somebody actually burning the house down while we're not there.
Yeah, because he let you in and stay with him.
Right.
I mean, that's the.
But then I'm expected to still come out and play and act like nothing ever happened
and perform and. So Jackie Robinson did say the diamond was the sanctuary because of what was going on outside of the baseball field. But cool, I would tip my hat to Raleigh Fingers and all his teammates, like he said, the guys that helped them. Even Jackie Robinson talked about how the only time he ever felt comfortable was when Pee Wee Reese put his arms around him out on the field when everybody was calling him the N-word and all this. And Pee Wee Reese was a white guy, by the way. Put his arms around him. So I tip my hat to some people who had some civil responsibility or what you want to call it in terms of being a person. This guy's a person.
That's right.
Even though he doesn't look like me, he's a person just like I am, and having the gall to go out and do that, regardless of these idiots that's on the outside just throwing crazy words and objects at these people, just trying to pay a damn sport. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so something to be said. I was thinking about it as we just talked. A lot of people don't want you to remember or talk about certain things or revisit or relive. You want to make people feel bad. You want to take certain things out of the educational system or process.
Yes.
Just maybe think about it this way. Maybe telling that story is not to make me feel bad. It's not to make you feel bad.
Right.
Maybe it's to encourage other people like the Raleigh Fingers of the world today to say, you know what?
Thank you.
You can stand up and make a difference.
Yes, exactly.
And that's what I was getting from that sound bite. That's the first thing that dropped in my head.
Maybe that's the value of reliving.
Yeah, because
so we could tell that story so that the person next to you can also say, you know what? I don't have to sit down and let you do that.
Right.
Because they didn't have to do it, and they, so I don't have to do it either.
That's powerful. And
individually, we make a different choice.
That's right. Because, man, If it's not right, you know it's not right. That's the thing that you got to have in your heart. So no, that we ain't rolling like that.
Yeah.
It's not going down like that. So anyway.
So I just wanted to make sure that we actually talk about Major League Baseball.
No, that's good. That's
for
good.
what they did and what it was. So,
no,
A-Town, what do you have for
That's good.
The Hilton Raleigh North Hills Hotel and Convention Complex, located on Wake Forest Road, has an abundance of guest rooms and meeting space. This hotel continues to be a top destination for meetings, conferences, and events. Enjoy live music Wednesday evenings from 7 to 10 p.m. Email yolanda.diaz@hilton.com or call 919-872-2323 and let them know the Sports Shop sent you.
A-Town, people are commenting on your professionalism, sir.
Oh, wow.
Just your intellect and your thought, just the way that you process things at such a young age.